Right, what we're going to do this morning is demonstrate the single unit milking system from Shoof, and we're going to assemble it and we're going to operate it. So first of all, we are going to dismantle the parts, which can be found under this lid, along with the instruction sheets, or sheet, and the parts. Tubes for the claw that connect to the vacuum part of the unit, the pulsator, which pulsates to get the milk out of the cow, the vacuum gauge, for determining the vacuum level, and the regulator, which is an important part for regulating the vacuum. Okay, then we've got tubes, which connect to the claw and the cups, which will come out. Unit there for attaching to your cow. So we'll just lay that down. There's some spare plugs in there too to block off the liners in the. So if you've got a 3-titted cow, you can block it off. So there's 4 of those in there as well. Okay. So there we have the empty milk can to gather the milk now. We start assembling the unit. Putting that in there, so that holds the claw so you can swing it round to the position you want wherever the animal is. Now that we've got the handles in their desired positions, so the platform is level, tighten up the 4 screws to secure the handles there so you can move the unit around. So next we will go to the regulator, which is just pushed into that rubber piece there. And that controls the vacuum, which comes from the vacuum pump into the stabilising area, which is this can here. And thirdly is the vacuum gauge, where we can read what the vacuum level is. That goes into, screws into that part of it. Okay, and I'll show you how to set the regulator once we get the machine going. Now what we need to do is, from the vacuum part of it, we need to vacuumise the receiving bucket, which is what this hose is here. So, just don't cut my hands. Okay, so that goes on there. The other end of it on there. Now what the reason for having that like that, just do it a bit neater than that. This is protection for when you fill the can to stop milk going through your vacuum pump. So what happens is if you're milking more than the capacity of the can, the milk will overflow into that area there and protect the vacuum pump. So you'll see it in the can. It's not a desirable thing to have. Always empty your can before it gets to that level. There is a tap on there, an on-off tap, to stop that happening. You have to put oil in the vacuum pump, or in your... Okay, so we get that out. And this is vacuum pump oil. I'm using an SAE 30, which I think is small engine oil, will be fine for running this. Okay, so what happens there without spilling this oil everywhere? Let's put it on there first. And then once we get that running, you'll see oil running through those tubes into the vacuum pump, and you can regulate the oil by screwing or unscrewing those two screws. So for adjusting the vacuum pump oil levels, it's that screw there that you undo to get the oil to flow down the tube. Now just be cautious with adjusting this screw, because there's a belt. Better to probably adjust it while the unit is not going. This one you can adjust while the unit's going okay without. Just be careful of the belt. Right, now that we've got our unit assembled, we'll just go over the components that are critical to the function of it. The vacuum gauge, which you set at 48 kPa, and it's set with adjusting the regulator. So that's adjusting the vacuum level that's drawing the milk out of the cups, basically. The pulsator here, which is connected to your claw, is the squeeze and release, which is within your liner on the claw. So you've got when it extracts the milk out of the cow, it's a squeeze and release phase, squeezing the mammary gland within the teat. The last demonstration is to vacuumise the claw. So when you put it on the udders, you press the button to vacuumise it, and then apply the liners to each of the teeth. So we've adjusted it to the 48 kPa. 48 kPa. Now we'll vacuumise the claw by opening this valve here, which lets the vacuum into the bucket. Push the button on the door, and you're milking. Finally, after milking, we need to clean the system down. So what we're going to do is have a bucket handy with acid and alkali or detergent wash to your desirability. Run the system and press the vacuumising button for the claw, drop it in your bucket, and it will draw the detergent into the milk can and clean all the tubes. So that's the process for cleaning.